Hey everybody, this is Albert, the Taxman Corey, with another edition of the Rock Your Bottom podcast, which is going to be part of the JDTV network, YouTube, Facebook. We are on the planet and crossing the globe. Well, today I got a cool buddy that I met, and we just really started to meet each other. It's part of one of my 101 hacks, which it says, go to events, go VIP, and good things have come out. By the way, you can get my book when you text Taxman to 26786. That's Taxman, and you'll be able to get my book. So today I got Miss Lee Smith, okay, from good old Reno. So she's going to show you how a reactor to a chain reactor creator, or whatever, I can't speak English, I only know how to make money, is going to take you to the next level. Miss Lynn, go ahead and tell us who you are and what you do. By the way, if you hear the background noise, this is a real tax office with people coming and going. Go ahead, hit it.
Well, Albert, thank you so much for having me. It truly is an honor to be here with you and to be here with your audience. Hello, everybody. I am Lee Smith coming to you from Reno, Nevada. I am a speaker and mindset coach with Upcycle Coaching, and I love helping entrepreneurs and business professionals, men and women alike, who want to break through their self-doubts and their limiting beliefs, where they feel stuck and overwhelmed and they're thinking, is this as good as it gets? To then break through all of that so that they can accelerate toward their biggest goals, which might mean something in the lines of making more money. Anybody here want to make more money?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see all the hands up. And as Albert said, I help transform reactors into creators. What does that mean? Well, first of all, what is a reactor? What's that, Albert?
That was going to be my next question, because I speak in three-syllable words.
Right? They're three.
I don't get it.
Yes. Yes. So what is a reactor? I want you to type the word reactor in the chat. And if you are taking notes, write this word down, reactor. A reactor is someone who lives by circumstance and convenience. It's whatever life is coming at them, right? And they feel like they're putting out fire after fire after fire. You're thinking about your to-dos. You're thinking about what people are expecting of you. You're thinking about the cat coming across the keyboard and you're like, really? I'm in the middle of an important document. Or you're thinking of your little one coming in and tugging at your leg when you're like, hey, I'm trying to make this sale on the call right now. You have all of these interruptions and you are just busy with your 24 hours, but you're feeling stuck in the middle of it all. You're feeling overwhelmed. You might be getting some things done. And I may not know you, but what I will know about you is at the end of the day, you're exhausted and you're slinking into bed thinking, oh my goodness, do I really get to do this again tomorrow? So what's a creator? Put that in the chat. If you're taking notes, write the word creator down. A creator is someone who clearly identifies what it is that they want out of life, and they commit to the actions that will make that happen. So instead of convenience and circumstance like a reactor, you're living by clarity and commitment as a creator. And you know what the real difference is? I showed you reactor. You see yourself as the owner of your life. You become the creator. You align what matters most to you. Now, wasn't that one of the biggest blessings out of 2020? That no matter what was going on in our lives, no matter where you are, there was a forced pause. And I hope you took a moment in that forced pause to go, well, what is important to me? What really matters to me? For a lot of you who were forced into your homes and working from your homes, you were thinking, I kind of like working from home maybe, or this is pretty cool. Is there a way that I can keep doing my job, do it effectively, and do it from home, working from remotely? I like that experience. Some of you may have thought, nope, I really want to be back in the office. I can't wait to get back into it. That's great. Some of you who unfortunately were forced into the change of losing your jobs. And I hope you were still blessed in your circumstance But maybe that got you to think about, well, if I lost this job, what do I want my next job to be? And as we had the time with our family, because that's where we could only stay and live, are those relationships important to you? When you had that extra time, did that feel important to you? And you're thinking, well, I want my new normal to be having more time with my family or my significant other, or maybe it's with your fur baby. That's okay too, because I'm thinking of all the dogs who must have been happy that their persons were home instead of having to be put in a kennel all day, right? So thinking about, what matters most to you, then you align those priorities. You become the creator of the day, the week, the month, the year, the life on your terms, the way that you want to experience. So reactor and creator, they are anagrams, which means they are two words with the exact same letters. And the difference is, how do you see yourself? And I use this not only as a perspective shifting tool, you can use it as a mindset hack. So when you're having a day and you're thinking, oh my gosh, things are not going the way I want them to. Number one, give yourself permission to pause. Push yourself away from the desk. Take 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, then out through the mouth. And then ask yourself, am I being a reactor or am I being a creator? And if you're having a moment, oh, I'm being a reactor, I want to be a creator. How do I want to see myself in this situation? How do I want to show up and respond on my A game, serving in excellence in this task? And then when you come up with that answer, you step into that with intention. And now you are creating that next hour for yourself. And when you use this properly, it will shift everything for you. And you'll feel more energized and you'll have greater clarity on what it is that you want to accomplish. And then you'll do those actions and watch what happens. And I know you'll be enjoying life more. Albert, I hope you found that helpful. And I hope your audience found that helpful.
I got to break it down. Dude, out of the 37 shows I've done so far on Rock Your Bottom podcast, that to me was sorry. That was somebody really, really good. So listen, after all that wonderful thing, how did you get, first of all, I want to know how many words can you get on Scrabble with that little thing you have? Okay, that's another story. That should be your free gift. How many words can I get in my little thing?
Right.
How many points can you get on those 7 words? How did you get to do this kind of thing? Because that was a pretty cool story you just went on. That was pretty cool.
Thank you. Well, my journey begins with me, right? I've known since I was 8 years old that I've always wanted to be a speaker. That was my first invitation, if you will, to stand up in front of an audience. It was my church. It was 300 people at that time, and I was proclaiming the word. And when I stepped away from that, I had this sense of exhilaration, kind of similar to the feeling for those roller coaster freaks out there, which I'm one of them. When you get off the roller coaster, you're like, whoa, that was amazing, right? Well, that was me walking away from the sanctuary, and I was thinking, what is this feeling and how do I get more of it? Well, much later in life, as I was fulfilling one of my other dreams, which was being a stay-at-home mom, I fell into a depression. And I wasn't even aware of this depression because I was doing the day-to-day of being a stay-at-home mom. And I was just going through the motions. I was being that reactor that I was talking about. I was getting up in the morning and I was taking care of the kids and taking care of my husband. And I was doing the things around the house, the laundry, the scrubbing the toilets, the prepping meals, the grocery shopping, all of that. Job. Right?
The mama job.
Yes, the mama job. And I was just going through the day-to-day and doing it again and again and again and again. And then we were on vacation in Hawaii on holiday. My stepson, who had moved out of the house, he was there with us with his girlfriend. And I'm watching this beautiful sunset, standing on this gorgeous paradise. I'm there with my family, and it's the holiday season. Does it get any better than that? So I'm looking out and I'm observing the moment. I'm thinking, wow, I'm having a moment where people don't even get this once in a lifetime. How blessed am I? And yet I couldn't feel it.
Too busy.
Has anybody had that moment where you're experiencing something, but you recognize you're just there as a hollow shell of a body existing? And that is not what life is about. And that was when I had a whoa moment, recognizing I had been in depression, but I didn't notice it because I was just going through my day to day. And it was in that moment I realized I need to figure out what makes me happy. And I spent the better part of next year figuring that out for myself. It was a slow journey, getting back to a place of laughter, getting back to reclaiming my joy. And then when I found my joy, it was like an inner whisper that said, well, what do you want to do with me? And I heard my 8-year-old self say, remember that feeling? Let's go speak and let's go get that feeling again. And I thought, well, what am I going to speak on? What do I have to share? And I thought about my entire personal development growth journey, which at that time was 25 years, where I'd studied the greats like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Jack Canfield, and my latest mentor, Brendan Burchard. And I took all of those wisdom teachings, and they teach this concept. They teach this principle of let's be proactive. Let's be intentional. Do we have a reverence for life that we are living out? Or are we just going through the day-to-day? And the two words popped in my head when I was actually at a Brendan Burchard live event, and I was sitting there taking notes, and I heard this loud whisper, if you will, in my head. And I wrote in my notes, reactor and creator. And I said, well, the creator is proactive. The creator sets the intention. So it was teaching that principle, but this framework was downloaded to me. And from that moment on, this was back in 2018, I started watching all of my favorite teachers, the gurus out there, right? I thought, are they teaching this framework? Are they teaching it? Are they teaching it? And I didn't see anybody teaching it this way. And I said, that means this is mine. This is my message to be taken out into the world. And so I know I'm called to do this. It's part of my passion. It's part of the seed that now needs to sprout and grow and grow. And was that message helpful for you?
Oh, for sure. I have a crazy question.
Yeah.
You said roller coasters. What was the roller coaster that scared the beeps out of you?
Oh my gosh. Probably back again when I was 8 years old was the first time I rode on a roller coaster.
As an old lady.
As an old lady. Well, I don't get scared of roller coasters now. I love them. It's funny, ever since I became a mom, and my daughter's 18 years old now, like before I could get that sense, that exhilaration, a little bit of that scaredness, that a little bit of that fear. But now I get on roller coasters and I'm like, it was all right. Isn't that crazy?
Have you gone on the ones at Universal in Florida?
Yes, I have.
And there's a new, by the way, they're advertising, and my daughters were saying about this. There's a new one out, that's after Jurassic Park, which is worse than, I call it the red one. And I don't know, it was not Universal, it's the other one in Universal, but oh well.
Okay. Yes, no, I haven't done a roller coaster tour. I would love to go to Ohio. What was it? Cedar Falls, Ohio is a huge roller coaster park. I would love to go to that park and ride those rides. Yes, I love the roller coaster. But now my roller coaster adrenaline rush is getting out and sharing my message.
Oh, very cool.
Able to share that impact.
Oops, something just went off here. Sorry. So what I know, just so you know, I'm gonna go back and say how we met. It's real quick. We knew each other a little bit through my good buddy Michael Server. And like I always try to tell people, and you also mentioning it right now real quick, and this is kind of like one of my tips in my 101 hacks that's coming out as a course very shortly, is you said something very cool that I want you to explain to the people why going VIP and why going to a main events and spending money is important. because that's part of one things I'm talking about in
Yes.
the 101 habits. Give us
Yeah.
a little bit why, in like a couple of sentences, why that's important.
You never know who you are going to meet. We've heard it time and time and time again. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And you could be one connection away from what you need specifically to break through and have the success that you desire, to have that dream life you've always wanted to live. I've gone from the day-to-day mom stuck in an never-ending cycle to living my best life. I'm out sharing my message. I have a vibrant marriage. I have 2 healthy, amazing kids, and I'm doing what my heart is called to do. And part of that process was, as Albert said, attending live events and going VIP,
Which
so
means,
that you can go deep.
you know, which for some people that I hang out with sometimes, it's called, guys, you have to spend the bling bling. And obviously, what's that?
It's an investment in yourself.
Right. Because I hear it all the time. And this is one of the stories I talk about, not on stage, but as part of the coaching. And real quick, this is a fast little story where, I don't know, a few years ago, Grant Cardone rented out Marlins Park. Okay. And I met a whole bunch of people before and his group, and we're still friends and my customers. Well, I spent the money that I'm on the floor. And another thing I'm going to tell you real quick why you go VIP, and I'll send it back to you, is the people that you meet in the VIP room are going to be your friends, and you're going to learn and hang out with. And I'm going to put it in another step that you and I know for sure. But the ones who go free, they're never going to do nothing, and they're never going to push you forward, correct?
Correct.
And we're in a big watch, we're in 2, but the biggest one was with Michael's Mentor Studios. And you remember, and this is the truth, the ones who pay are talking, hanging, and learning. All the freebies, you don't see them.
Exactly. When you show up at an event, and if you're just there for free, you don't know what kind of vibe and frequency you're going to get. You know it's some, because they are there for a reason. But the VIP, it's next level investment, right? That means you're going to meet those next level people. And if that means shouldn't you be associating with those next level people as well? They're the action takers, and they're the fast decision makers. And success loves fast decision making, taking action. So hang out with those people. That's the right place to be if you want to take yourself to the next level.
Okay, what do you like to do? I know she likes wine, because when we're in Chicago. So what do you like to do when you're not being the action reaction lady, the cycle coaching queen?
The secret hidden gem about Reno is that it is a large year-round outdoor playground. So when I can drive 20 minutes up the hill and hit so many different hiking trails, and I get to just be out in nature, soaking up the sunshine. We get 330 days of sunshine here in Reno. So I'm soaking up the sunshine and the fresh air. I'm getting in touch with nature. I'm completely off digital, and I'm just taking in all my senses with that. That's my next happy place. If I'm not on stage, then I'm out in nature.
Very cool. Now, what are the 3 things? Remember, we always go over this as part of our thing. Is what are the 3 things I want you to teach my people? 3 things you can teach them.
3 things that I can teach you.
And like each one about 57 seconds.
Okay. So, well, you saw my number 1, Reactor and Creator. The number 2, key.
Say that again, because it's going to be cut up later. Tell me what the number 1 is.
All right. So 3 things that I can share with you. Number 1, I can transform you from a reactor into a creator. These are the exact same words. The letters are just arranged in a different order. And the difference is, how do you see yourself?
And what are the tips? Give me some tips on how to do it. I need 3 tips.
Right. Okay. That's Reactor and Creator. Well, bear with me, Albert. Okay. The number
I'm a little slow.
The number 2 thing is you got to have a morning routine. And I'm not on the philosophy of what time you wake up. I know if you want to follow the true successful, their successful pattern is starting their day at 5 a.m. If you don't want to start your day at 5 a.m., that's your choice and that's okay. But it's how do you wake up? Number 1, wake up with gratitude. Number 2, drink a tall glass of water. Number 3, you've got to think about what is your one thing that you want to do today that will move you closer towards your goals. Number 4, you've got to jump out of bed, not hit the snooze alarm. Okay. You're killing your dreams if you hit the snooze alarm. And then number 5, you got to stretch and move your body a little bit. If you're not doing a workout first thing in the morning, that's okay. I know a lot of people love to do that. I'm not one of them. I do my workout later in the day, but I will do stretching. It's opening your body. It's opening your breath. You got to have a morning routine. The 3rd tip that I have for you is thinking, what is the one thing today that I can get excited about? Maybe it's spending time with a certain person. Maybe it's, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go to this networking event and meet. I wonder who I'm going to meet. What new connections can I make? What familiar faces am I going to see that will make me happy? Whatever it happens to be, but you're thinking about what's the one thing that I can get excited about? And then experience that joy. Take it in fully every day. So Reactor Creator, morning routine, and what is the one thing that you get excited about today?
Very cool. Now we're coming to the end here. How can they get a hold of you and get to chat with an amazing person that I just met? But by the way, even though we just met, I think we spent like literally 5 days together.
We did. It was great, Albert. Truly, truly great. And you got to meet Albert in person, people. You just got to do it. So find a way to make it happen and make it happen. If you want to continue the conversation with me, the best way to do that is go to iwantsomecandy.com.
Really? You have that one? I love that one.
I have that, yes, because I have put together what's called the Candy Method, and just super, super quick. That's clarity, affirmation, necessity, discipline, uniqueness. I spell YOU. It helps you to clarify what it is that you truly want and then create the roadmap to make it happen. And then it's up to you to make it happen because you have it within you to do it. So iwantsomecandy.com.
Guys, thank you, Miss Lee. This is Albert Corey with Rock Your Bottom Podcast. Like I always, sharing is caring. If you want our free gifts, you can get my 101 simple hacks to grow your business. All you got to do is text Taxman to 26786. That's Taxman 26786. If you're out of the US, go to freegifts.albert.com. That's freegifts.albert.com. Like I always say, sharing is caring, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.